chat a little bit about inner magic and what that really means. Your inner magic power, actually. So you are powerful beyond what you probably even realize. And yes, I'm talking about real magic because magic is magic. You are magic. The thoughts that you think are a form of magic. The energy that you project out is a form of magic. It's all magic in the sense that it creates transformation. Magic is transformation. It is changing the energy. It is trusting and moving and using your energy and creating a reality for yourself. Now, magic still happens whether you are conscious of it or not, which is kind of crazy. So you have to think about it as though it's either conscious or subconscious, right? So I want you to think about your reality and what you see around yourself. Now, it depends on your age. And oh my gosh, my cat is scratching at the door. I'm going to let her out. Hang tight. Alrighty, let's get back into action. So magic is believing, it is creating your reality, and this can happen either consciously or subconsciously. So whether you are even realizing that you're doing it, it is still happening, even if you have positive intentions. So you're creating a reality whether you think you are or not. So looking around your environment and deciding, is this an environment that I want? Is it desolate? Does it feel stuck? Does it feel stagnant? Does it feel overwhelming? Does it feel great and joyous? Does it feel light and airy? So tapping into the energy and changing that energy. And so everything that you have created for yourself can be replicated in your environment, and vice versa. Your environment tells you what it is that you're feeling internally. And that's just one example. So what is your inner magic power? Here are 9 ways to unlock your inner magic power. So the first thing is to recognize that you have this power. That's going to help you make the changes that you want to see in your life. Now, again, you don't have to know that you have the power to create a reality for yourself because it's subconscious. It's going to happen automatically. But the more that you recognize that you have this power, the more that you will be able to tap into it, and the more that you will be able to make those changes that you want to see happen. Otherwise, life is just going to happen. But you have the power within you, whether you think that you do or not. And this is the first step that is so powerful, is to recognize that you have this inner magic within you that you can utilize, that you can take advantage of in a positive way, that you can conjure and invoke and create this reality. So recognizing it is the first step in unlocking it in a positive way, in a constructed way, in a strategic way, in a I don't even know what word I was going to say, not mythologically, but methodically. That's what I was thinking of. All right. The second way is to have a daily practice or ritual. So whatever you want, this can be anything, but the more that you set the intention of creating a daily practice for yourself, or a ritual, if you like that word better, the more that you'll be able to tap into yourself and providing for yourself and creating this space where you get to focus on what it is that you want. Not only that, but also you create a sense of discipline for yourself where you are telling yourself, okay, I'm going to set aside time every single day, whether it's Monday or Sunday or Friday, whatever it is, to create this reality for myself. I'm going to be intentional. So any ritual that you can think of, for example, lighting a candle and saying a prayer. Or it could be the ritual of waking up, looking at yourself in the mirror. And what I personally do is I take a cold rag to myself when I first wake up, because usually when you wake up, you're a little swollen, whether you drink or not. I'm not talking about drinking. I'm just talking about in general. Sometimes you have a harder sleep than others, and especially if you're waking up all night long, which I do personally. First thing I want to do is my little ritual is I go in, I take a clean cotton rag, soak it under some cold water, and I put it on my face. To me, this is a ritual because I am stepping into the state of where I'm going to be mindful of what it is that I want to create for the day. And instead of just immediately jumping on my phone or immediately contending to someone else, I am walking into the bathroom and I am giving myself a few moments to just recognize, settle, ground myself. And so you can think of any ritual, but this actually helps unlock your magic in a sense that you are allowing yourself to make time for yourself or honor something else that you want to create. It's all about honoring. So if you create a ritual or whatever it is, you're honoring yourself, and that helps unlock or reveal even more about this inner magic that you have within yourself. Now, what else do we have? So the next thing is to learn about your strengths, your inner magic, to go on a journey of self-discovery. This is one that I really highly recommend, is learning about yourself. And I'm talking like strategic action. Take an assessment online. The number one recommendation that I have for that is it's called a Strengths Finder. It's an assessment by either Gallup or Clifton. They use both names interchangeably, but you can look it up. You can discover your top 5 strengths. Now, they've done a lot of research and millions of people have actually taken this assessment online. It is truly helpful. It's the one that I personally love the most. I've also taken the Myers-Briggs online assessment. I enjoyed it, but to me, that didn't really resonate so much, but I know a lot of people love that assessment as well. But you can choose whatever one you want to go. There's other assessments as well. If you learn about like your learning styles or your learning preferences or your multiple intelligences or emotional intelligence, these are all different ways that you can learn about who you are and what your personal strengths are. Look at your ancestry or your environment, or look at the activities that you enjoy doing, the things that you naturally love to do, which is part of unlocking your magic as well, but we'll get to that in a minute. But all these different things that you can learn about yourself. Your strengths are basically what your inner magic is all about as well. That's how you're going to fulfill yourself and bring joy, is when you start to learn more about what it is that makes you who you are. And that's the beauty in it, because no one else can replace you in this entire world unless there's some sort of weird phenomenon of a parallel universe that I'm unaware of. But there's really only one of you with your unique strengths, your unique circumstances. No one can ever take that away from you. And that's the beauty in it, is that you are invoking and strategizing. I keep using that word, but you are really creating this method of using your own personal strengths. And again, lots of different assessments to look into to learn more about that. The next thing is expect for things to always work out for you, even when they don't seem like they're working out for you. The more that you trust in yourself, your intuition, the more that you pay attention to it, the more that you just expect for things to work out, the more that it will happen. Even when it appears that it's not working out, it actually is, because maybe if something doesn't work out, really it's supposed to happen in another way. Things that you just don't see happening behind scenes. When I say behind scenes, I mean universal phenomenon, things that are happening to help you, but on the surface and in front of you, it might not look like it's helping you, but maybe it really is. And actually, I do believe it is. So the more that you expect, hey, I can figure out a way. By Marie Forleo, she has this beautiful book called Everything is Figure Outable. I truly believe in that as well. I think that everything is figure outable. I think that you can figure out what it is that you're after. And sometimes it might take a ton of time, more time than you would ever even imagine, but it is totally worth it. So the more that you expect for things to work out, the more that they will. So ask to expect for things to work out and to feel that trust and to know that trust intimately. All right, the next way to connect with your inner magic is to connect with your source, God, Goddess, the power of the universe, and to be in the present moment. So connecting. And when I say connect, what I mean really is quieting the mind as best as you can. The mind is never truly quiet, but making the time to meditate, to connect. This kind of goes hand in hand with a ritual, although your ritual does not have to be meditation. But instead of meditation, think of it as connection. I am connecting with my source, with my muse, with my inner magic. I'm sitting here, I'm making the time, because meditation and connection is the absolute number way. Many people will agree with me, even scientifically as well, that meditating heightens your energetic field. It lightens it, it expands it out, it connects you directly with this vibration of the universe. It is calming, it is powerful, and that is probably the number one way to definitely unlock your inner magic time and time and time again. Your inner magic is always happening, right? It's always happening, but are you aligned with it or are you misaligned with it? That's something to remember. All right, next is to be kind to yourself, heal, feel, do some shadow work if you have to, face your inner demons if you have to. You might not agree with me, and that's okay. We're all different, and that's the beauty in this world. But there are parts of us that we have to just break through. We have to face, we have to acknowledge, and it might not feel pretty. It might feel terrifying. It might feel scary, but we have to acknowledge what's happening, especially if something is going on and you feel like something has overtaken you. I don't mean like an exorcist or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, we are affected by others' energies. We're affected by the world, what's happening, the news. We're affected by just the universe in general. We're affected by our people that are directly in our lives and at work. And so this isn't to put up a shield to block it out, but instead to expand your energy out, to push out the love. But then with that, there is it's like the same coin, but on the flip side, there are moments of despair and struggle and challenges and regret and remorse and shame and all these terrible feelings. They're feelings, so it's a good thing to feel, right? It's a good thing to feel, but sometimes it doesn't feel that good to feel guilt and shame. And so the more that you recognize it and step into it and just face it face to face, and just recognize, like, hey, okay, I'm experiencing this. I feel it. I see you. I hear you. The more that you'll be able to see, like, this is part of who you are as well. This is not something to deny. And the more that you just pay attention to it, the better it'll feel. And then eventually it's like you gave yourself that attention that you needed, and now you feel healed, and now you can move on, and things feel lighter and easier, and you don't feel this sense of, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong, or could I have done something different? It's almost like, again, going back to this sense of trust, right? All right, number 7, create sacred space for your inner magic, create positive change. And so this means literal space, okay? Well, it could be emotional, psychological as well. But to fully step into and unlock and reveal and to understand your true inner magic, your true strengths, your talents, and your perspectives on life, is to create space for it. So if you're in a relationship, for example, that is bringing you down constantly, you're constantly doubting it, it feels like a drag, it is burdensome, it is maybe scary, unhealthy, neglectful, whatever it is. I'm not saying to blame anyone else, but to honor these feelings and to let go of those things that are holding you back, that are not helpful for you or for your soul or for your spirit. If it's bringing you down, then it needs to be released. So this is creating space, okay? So maybe you are in a situation, again, your environment, maybe it's so bombarded with stuff, literal, physical, material, that it's like you're probably so used to it that you might not even realize that it's affecting you. But getting rid of those things, and I'm not saying you have to trash them, but donate them, offer them out into the world, give them away to someone else. But a good book for this is The Magic of Tidying Up. I think that's what it's called, by Marie Kondo. I have 2 versions of the book, so I'm shocked that the title's not coming to me, but She is a beautiful resource for tidying up, and not even tidying up, but this is like a healing. This is like a deep letting go, creating the space, and also mentally as well. What is it that is holding you back? Is there a mentality or belief that's holding you back that you could be using towards something else that is better for you, that you want to create for yourself? If you only have so much like bandwidth. Okay, if you think about it that way, that's interesting. And if you just keep stuffing it with negativity or negative shows or negative beliefs or things that are dragging you down, then you don't really have a whole lot of room to bring in the positive things. And so start to bring in the positive feelings and actively do it. Think about it. Think about what is going to help you feel better. It's up to you. It's your choice. I know sometimes it feels good to feel kind of shitty, and that might sound odd, but sometimes we're in these states where we feel like we just need to feel sorry for ourselves for a moment, and maybe that's what you need for the moment, but try not to allow it to linger on and negatively affect outwards, because you have the power and the creativity and the willpower to create the reality that you want. Moving on. Number 8, we're almost through. Heighten your frequency that aligns with the law of attraction. So heightening your frequency does align with the law of attraction. But the more that you not only think about what you want, but you project it out, but the more that you feel what it is that you want. So yeah, we can think, oh, I want this, I want that. But really got to get into this state of, okay, creating the emotion, creating the feeling, and then saying, okay, I believe this is going to happen. And then I let my shoulders down, I keep my chin up, and I move on, taking the action, setting yourself in the seat, meditating. All of these things are going to continue to invoke this magic that is within you, and you're going to be able to project it out into the world. It's like I'm seeing a bunch of rainbows and flowers growing and all these beautiful things that are going to keep surfacing. And all of a sudden, what you thought wasn't even possible is happening right before your very own eyes. Believing in yourself in itself is going to heighten your energy and your vibration, and it's going to expand out. Your light will continue to grow. Things will continue to work out for you. You might be in a situation where it's extremely detrimental right now, and I hate that, but I feel like that's part of your story. It's going to be eventually part of creating this reality for yourself. Eventually, it's going to be what drives you forward. But at the same time, try not to allow it to get you too deep into this moment of sulking and this repetitive feeling of like feeling sorry for yourself. Now, I'm personally not saying that's how you feel, because I don't know that, but I'm saying like maybe I've been there. Maybe that's why I'm saying it. But to get yourself out, to talk about it, to express yourself. And that leads me into number 9 of the 9 ways on how to unlock your inner magic power, is to do what you love to do. If you're not sure, you're going to have to figure it out. If you haven't been given the opportunity to figure out what you love, reflect back on something that you used to love doing, or when you were a child, or when you were back in high school or college, or depending on what your age is, or something that you used to enjoy doing. Or maybe you have a brand new idea that you think you might enjoy doing, and it's probably an idea that's been downloaded from the universe. Go after that. The more that you do what you love to do, and yes, you can make time for it, whether you have children or not. I know that it's very challenging, and I'm not saying that it's easy, but the more that you pay attention to what you love and making the time for it, your passions and your purpose, this is all part of following your soul's purpose and stepping into it and embracing it, is doing what you love to do. And if you're not doing what you love to do, then now is your invitation from the universe, from source, from spirit, from God, from your spirit guides, your higher self. Now you're being invited right now to follow your bliss, your purpose, your callings, your strengths, what you love to do. It's all encompassed in one treasure chest that is being given to you right now. This is it. Figure it out. Find a way. I hope this was helpful. I've got beautiful links below. I actually have your soul's purpose assignment as a licensed teacher and a psychic medium. I love creating assignments and workbooks and fun magic guides. I call them magic guides. The link will be below. It is yours for free, and it is very helpful. It's very insightful, and it's going to bring you into a whole new world that perhaps you didn't even know existed. Take care, and I will chat with you next time.